Welcome, John, to the Monday Night live stream. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm glad you decided to come on last minute, as always. Well, last night I messaged you, but yeah, thanks
Yeah,
for coming on.
I wasn't sure last night, but you know what? Hey, I'll do what I got to do for you, my friend.
Yeah, even though you never invite me on yours, I've had you on like 8 times, but that's all right. I'm not
As I
mad.
recall, I'm pretty sure you were the second one that I invited when I started having guests. I'm pretty sure you were the second.
Before you quit YouTube, it doesn't count.
No, no, no. I'm talking about just like 2 months ago. You don't remember that?
No.
The the thumbnail looked like we were in jail. Come on, man.
So yeah, I do. Anyways, so how's it going? I noticed you got a new fish tank behind you.
Oh, I'm so glad you noticed that. Yes. We moved that down here yesterday finally. It's been, a long time coming, but the thing is, I didn't have anybody here that could help me carry a tank that heavy down. So my somebody was here yesterday that could help me. Who cares who it was? But yeah, we got it down
Was
here
it Fred?
yesterday and I'm
Fred
happy.
Durst?
It was not Fred Durst. No, I wish it was. Man, he'd still be here now. I'd have kept him hostage.
So I noticed you got goldfish in there. Is that how big is that? 800 gallons? 800 gallon goldfish background
Yeah.
tank?
Yeah, I'm trying to make this look as much like Corey's setup as possible. No, it's just the 75. That's actually the 75 gallon that when I came back from my break, that was the first tank that I got. So it used to have peacocks in it, and it's had goldfish in it ever since. And it's been in the office, which is now Lisa's office. I've been banished to down here, and so we just finally got it moved down here.
All right. So somebody in chat asked if I'm a music producer now, and I am actually working on a song. I'm not going to say anything about it, but yes, I am working on a song. That's all. That's all I'm going to give out. That's
Nice.
it. But okay. So let's talk. I want to ask you about an African cichlid real quick because everyone knows you're the African cichlid guy.
Ooh, don't put that evil on me.
What's your favorite?
Man, you know what? The Rostratus is the one that's growing on me now. I mean, I have one, and he's big and he's gorgeous. But the trout was always my favorite for the longest time. I'm into the bigger haps. So if I was to pick a favorite African, it would be one of those, or the Buconoto, the blue dolphin. I mean, there's so many of them that I absolutely love.
Man, do you know what your answer was 7 years ago?
It was probably, I'm going to go ahead and guess either the Buconoto or the trout.
Negative.
Okay, the Venustus.
That is correct.
Okay, yeah.
Don't ask me why I watched your very first video on YouTube today, but I did.
I said that in my first
In your
video
very
that they were,
first video, you walk in and you said, "This is the entrance to my 2-car garage, and the first tank here is the Venustus, my favorite."
oh, that's funny. Yeah, I didn't realize I said that. Um, yeah, I mean, I love Venustus. I always did. And yeah, that was a good tank. They never produced for us ever, not even once, but still loved them.
Yeah, and I was just curious. I wanted to watch your first video just so I could ask a question and see what you would say now. And luckily, I only had to watch the first 30 seconds to find the question, so that was nice.
I've watched my old videos so many times, and it's not an ego thing. It's more like if I'm working on a current video and I want to include like an old clip, I'll go digging through my old stuff to find it. So I see a lot of that stuff quite a bit. I used to call my audience guys back then too. So shows how much I knew.
You still call them guys.
No, I do not.
Do you know what your ratio is? Your female to male ratio?
I do. 21% female now. It used to be
Wow.
like 8. It used to be like 8%.
It's because you're
And
doing beta videos now.
well, it's because of Lisa. Come on. I mean, let's be real. That's they're not coming on this channel to watch me. They're coming here to watch Lisa. And yes, she's doing the beta videos. So yeah, the betas and the discus and stuff like that. So you're probably right.
Yeah, I'm like 85-15, but when I was doing a lot of beta videos back to back, then I popped over 20 as well. And then I stopped doing beta videos, and now I'm back down in the low teens.
Shame on
Not that it
you.
matters, but I mean, it's just interesting little tidbit, I guess.
I mean,
Betas are definitely kind of the thing right now.
they are. I've got a beta video coming out tomorrow. It's funny that in the same conversation, we've got one saying beta and one saying beta, but I've got a beta video coming out tomorrow. I'm going to be working on it as soon as we're done here because I had to record it twice today. But that's me. It's going to be, I'm pretty sure it's like the first beta video I've ever done. So, no women are going to watch it. And I have a feeling when you see what the title is, you'll see that there's really not going to be any women that are going to watch it.
Is it a pun? Is it some sort of beta pun?
No,
Like,
what I
you
did.
better not do this.
Oh, no, come on. I'm
10 things you better not do.
Well, see, that wouldn't work because people know I don't say beta. They know I say beta.
Beta. You know what? Who cares?
Well, yeah, I don't care. But you're the one that said I was going to be using some kind of pun. No, I've done a tank, and it's a tank. It's a beta tank for men. I know this is risky, but that's what it is. It's a manly beta tank. So that's what the video tomorrow is about. And it'll be in the title. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a beta tank for men. I might even put like men only in there.
Wow. Going for that angle. What's the aquas? Can you tell what the aquascape is like, or is that giving away too much?
No, I don't have a problem doing it because nobody's going to watch this stream anyway. Come on, you didn't even laugh at that? Come on, man. What, are you tired tonight or something?
Huh? I'm sorry, I wasn't listening.
Okay, yeah, shocker. No, the whole idea is I'm convinced, and I think you'll agree with me, that men are generally lazy and men are looking for easy. And so it's a easy to maintain lazy man's tank, but it's very nice looking. In fact, Lisa was very complimentary of this tank. It's sitting right there, like 3 feet from me. But the whole idea is super easy to maintain while looking super nice. And because that's what men want, because we're lazy dogs and we all know it. So it's perfect for that. But the only thing is it's like 25 minutes. It's going to be a long video, but
just for a sponge filter and some plastic plants? You stretch that out to 25 minutes?
You know the way I like to talk. I mean, it's hard. And I didn't go into like crazy detail, but it's the whole setup of the whole thing and the design of it and why I designed it that way and all that kind of stuff. And it's actually a sponsored video, so there is some talk about the products in there too. And so,
what?
Yeah, how dare I do something like that? Yeah. So, thank you, API.
Big shout out to no one. Sorry. What other projects you got coming down the pipe?
Well, the next big
I know we're all excited to look at Lisa's rack. When is that going up?
Yeah, I'm gonna start working on Lisa's rack coming up this weekend. In all seriousness, this weekend is when that's gonna start. I still don't have a design for it, so I'm not 100% sure how it's gonna go. But we know the general design. I know what she wants. And so that's what I'm going to try to accomplish. But it's basically, I'm pretty sure it's going to be like a lot of 10-gallon tanks. I don't know how many it's going to be exactly yet, because I think the way she wants to do it is a larger tank in the center with the big tanks on, or the 10 gallons on either side, 2 levels of the 10-gallon tanks. So it's going to be pretty fancy. It's not going to be just a bunch of screwed together 2x4s. We're going to try to go a little fancier than that.
You're going to spray paint it?
No, I think we'll brush it.
Fancy.
We'll brush the paint on it.
Well, that's cool. I don't really have any. Well, I do have some projects coming up, but one of my big projects is actually organizing, and so it's not like a project that's going to be a video on it or anything, but I don't know if you can relate, but I know some other YouTubers that do, fish YouTubers. It seems like we end up with just a lot of clutter after filming, and like after filming and editing and doing it all, like the last thing I want to do when it's late at night is go clean.
Right.
And so things just kind of get pushed to the side, and I end up with all this crap everywhere. So yeah, that's kind of my next project.
I don't think that that's exclusive to YouTubers. I think that's fish keepers, period. We end up with a bunch of accumulated junk. So I think there could be a video in there if you really thought about it.
Well, I did make a
Organizing a fish
video.
room.
I made a video once about that last summer, about all the crap that I was throwing away, and it actually did pretty well. So we'll see. I don't know. I'm kind of like so anti-social media right now. Just
You got to stay away from there, otherwise you're gonna feel like you're gonna die.
yeah, it's pretty crazy. So yeah, we'll see. I want to like basically beautify my fish room, if that makes sense. But we'll see. I know Zenzo kind of did the same thing, and his fish room is looking way better. So that's kind of giving me a little bit of motivation. But yeah,
That's kind of the same thing I'm going for here. I mean, I down here I want everything to be. I mean, I don't want it to look like an Apple store, but I want it to be where all of the aquariums are on nice stands. You know what I mean? That look more like furniture, not big racks, and stuff like that. So when I bring the big tanks down, the one is already on a nice stand, so that helps. But my 360, I'm going to have to build something else for that anyway because it won't fit through the door. The stand won't fit through the door. So I want to build something enclosed and, I mean, have it look halfway decent.
yeah, I don't want it to be so nice though that I don't want to like ruin anything. Like if you compare like when Corey built his fish room and it was on cinder blocks, like versus what it is now. Like if I was working on something that was that nice, I would be way too paranoid to ruin something, and I don't want it to get that nice. Cause I still want to be able to ruin something if I do. I don't know if that makes sense. Like I'm not trying to build like a showroom because it's still got to be functional for breeding and selling and things like that.
Yeah, see, there's going to be we might do some breeding and stuff like that for fun. Like Lisa wants to breed her discus, which they're already breeding. We just can't do anything with them because we don't have anywhere to put the babies. But I want the opposite. I kind of do want that super nice, very organized, very clean, not working fish room, because we're not trying to make money out of our fish room. So,
Well, you kind of are.
Well, yeah, but not through well, it is kind of through the fish, but you understand what I'm saying. We're not trying to produce
See, like
fish.
yours, it makes sense to be like pretty polished because you're making your, they're for YouTube.
Right.
Or mine is for breeding and selling, and then YouTube is kind of like the third priority for me. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to explain because I mean, obviously YouTube is like the most important thing because that brings in the most revenue. But like I have more priority in breeding than I do in selling or even YouTube right now.
Yeah,
Hard to
and I
explain.
mean for something like that, it would be miserable to do that in a polished fish room. You want it to be kind of gnarly so that you don't mind slinging water all over and stuff like that. So I get it, but down here, I'm not saying we're going for a museum quality type thing. It's going to be far from that, but I just want it to be more of a nice thing. And I also, the biggest challenge is I want it to be dead nuts silent down here. And that's going to be hard to pull off with the two big tanks with the sumps, but I'm going to figure it out one way or another, even if I have to switch to canisters on those big tanks.
Well, I mean, they're in stands, right?
They are, but sumps are loud. I mean, you got the water moving through them and all that. They're loud, and that's, I could build a stand and wrap the stand and then put like sound deadening stuff in there. But I don't know. I might just put like 4 FX6s on there and be done with it.
Screw that. Have you ever heard of Dynamat?
No.
It's the sound dampening material that people put in cars for like car stereo competitions. Might be something worth looking into. It's the sound deadening material. It works really, really well. But we got a first super chat of the night. Furlow's Fish Room says, Bob or John, have you ever kept festivum cichlids? I have not. You?
We had them in the store. I've never had them as pets, but we've had them in the store. I can't tell you, everything you need to know about them, but they're very cool. I mean, I like them, but we never had them as pets.
So Ken B says, I use the Dynamat alternative that is much cheaper. Ken B, if you could put that in chat, I would love it, because Dynamat is like the brand name that's been around forever. So you are paying for the name. So if you have an alternative for Dynamat that's cheaper, I'd love to hear it.
Well, and I would imagine it doesn't even have to be something like exclusive. You know what I mean? Like you could probably even just use like the foam insulation, the pink sheets. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but the nice thing about Dynamat is that it's thin and it sticks
Okay.
on. So it's very easy to apply.
Okay. Well, that makes sense.
What about the racking systems? Aren't they going to be loud? At least that's what I always have trouble with, the racking systems. I'm not sure what you mean, because all mine are run off air stones or sponge filters, so it's not that loud. And look at that. John is having internet connection problems. Look at that. Look at the face. Is he going to come back? No. All right. We'll see if he comes back. Don't be an idiot and use peel and seal. I have no idea what that is. Yeah, Chris, you might have to specify. Lisa, Dynamat is just something that you can apply. It's like a you buy it in a roll, and I would say it's maybe like a 1/4 inch thick. So yeah, you'd have to just Google it to see what it is, but let's call him again. Beep, beep. No, geez. Gotta go. Love you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Looks like foil. The outside does for sure. What do you use it for when in aquariums? Oh, I'm talking about for like the inside of the stand to quiet the sump. So you could line the inside of your stand. Am I even live right now? I'm so confused. So YouTube is telling me that I'm not live right now. I was asking about the one John is building, and the bubbling from a lot of air stones can be pretty loud in my experience. There's some things, like when the tops are on my tanks, I can't hear it at all. Like even in my fish room. I mean, you could barely hear the bubbling, but it's not like insanely loud by any means. I will try him again. Peel and seal is what novice car audio people use because it's very low cost. But it's asphalt based and stinks. Oh, interesting. I am live. Quiet fish room. We might not get John back. John isn't online. I think my internet went out. Hang on. You think? You think? All right, so we're going to be solo here for a minute. I think I can go here and bring us back. And then when John is back. Is there such thing as a quiet fish room? I've yet to experience. Yeah, Corey's fish room is really, really quiet, but all of his stuff is like, I mean, well, how many tanks do you have? Like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 tanks, and it's a pretty big room. And there's like a false wall, if you want to call it that. So yeah, it's pretty quiet. If you watch any of the old like Real Fish Talks or anything. Verified distance to target. 1 ping only. But sir, that'll give away our position. 1 ping only. The threat, or what is it? Dang it. Something little threat. I don't know. Down Periscope is probably one of the greatest submarine movies ever. Steenfott Aquatics says, your shipping still on for April 6th, and will you have longfin green dragons then? It's tough to say. I have no idea yet. It's really tough to say. Gary didn't get to talk about that yet. Yeah, I mean, who knows what's going to be going on in 2 weeks. So I don't know. As far as getting new ones, yes and no. So they're ready for me to pick up, but the issue is finding the time and getting over there and quarantines and all this stuff. So I don't know. I thought the 1 ping only was Red October. Yes, it is also in Red October, but down Periscope is better. He was designed by Dean. Also, any stock tips for me during the crisis, Bob? I don't give stock tips, but I highly advise in savings, whether it's through stocks or just a savings account, whatever you want. Ordered from the co-op on Saturday and was delivered today in Michigan. Crazy fast with everything going on. I will say, out of all my shipments that I sent out last week, half were late and 2 were lost. 2 were just completely lost. So, I think might be back. Oh, you're back. Did you try turning it off and on again?
I turned everything off and everything back on again, and now here we are. I don't know.
Anyways, you're back. That's all that matters, right?
Sorry, are we still live? Sorry, everybody. It's what I do.
Tampa Tom says I should design a rainbow t-shirt for each type of rainbow, please. That would be cool. However, it would require very high quality pictures of rainbows that I don't have, which would be hard. A little more difficult. Has anyone ever played with RC submarines in their tanks? What? I don't think so.
I saw the guys from Custom Aquariums doing that at the Aquatic Experience.
Really?
The one that you were at.
Huh.
They had one. It was like a little underwater drone.
That would be interesting depending on the size. Like if you could get an underwater drone like the size of a GoPro, that would be awesome.
Oh no, this one was like...
Oh, was it that big like shark thing or whatever that swims around?
Yeah, it was like white and it looked like an alien thing, and it was interesting looking. And it was pretty big.
I might remember that.
Like the size of a football, maybe.
So, did you hear that Aquashella Dallas was canceled?
I did. Postponed.
Delayed,
yes.
Whatever.
Yep. And that's unfortunate, but that means we could go. So there's good news. I still don't know if we will because, who knows? They're so close together now, the two, Chicago and Dallas. I mean, it's kind of difficult to do them so close together, but we'll see.
I mean, it was 3 months
Chicago.
apart. Now it's just 2 months, so it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's true.
But, and that's who's to say if August is still going to happen. It better happen because I bought non-refundable tickets. Before all this crap started happening, I bought like the cheapest tickets, which of course are non-refundable.
And the funny thing is too, we just found out today that King George County schools have been closed for the rest of the year.
Yep.
So there's not going to be a graduation, which is what was holding me back from going to Aquashella originally. So I mean, I don't know what they're going to do as far as the graduation goes, but
Yeah, do they still graduate or what? That's weird.
I mean, I would imagine they will still graduate, but I don't know. I mean, man, how bad would that be if they had to repeat the whole year again? I mean, I would imagine there'd be like a, a revolt. But
I mean,
we'll
if
see.
anything, it would only be the last semester, right? Because I had enough credits to graduate. Like, I didn't even have to go the last semester of high school.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I guess it depends on who it. And what about, you're talking about seniors, but what about, I've got one that's a freshman this year, or is he a sophomore? I don't know. He's in high school, and I think he's a sophomore now this year, actually. So what's, I don't know. Is he a sophomore? I think he's. It's
Wow.
so bad.
Wow. Oh, they canceled the Rainbow Fish Talk in Toronto. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's better safe than sorry, I guess. But here we go down that rabbit hole you said you wanted to stay away from.
Lisa says sophomore dummy.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I mean, look what I've been through the last 5 hours.
Well, we're not really going down the wormhole. We're just talking about canceled fish events, but a little
Yeah.
tangent on high school, but yeah,
I mean,
who's
it
to say?
is.
So
I think if Kgtropicals does Dallas, it might just be me, which I know would disappoint a lot of people because I don't know if I'm going to be able to get Lisa to do Dallas, but we'll see. It might not even be either one of us.
It's got to be both of you. If you guys don't go, I'm not gonna go, and then I can just blame it on you.
That's fine. I mean, everybody blames everything on us anyway, so that's fine.
Young
I mean,
Fish wants to know what's in the tank behind you.
Goldfish. One of them is actually a feeder comet goldfish,
I see it.
which is funny. And that's the little one right there. It's white. It's the only white one in there.
What are you gonna
Its
feed
name
it
is
to?
Stevie. Nobody. It's a rescue. We rescued that fish.
Lisa says, "Will Aquashella ever be held in Seattle?" I doubt it. I don't know that there's ever gonna be much in Seattle.
I mean, the East Coast is wide open now. They ought to bring it to the East Coast.
Nope. Vegas.
Oh,
It's so cheap. I'm telling you, it's cheap. So anyways, all I gotta say is they better not cancel because I have non-refundable tickets. So I'm going to Chicago whether there's an Aquashella or not. Really.
I mean, that's so far away. If this is still going on in August, I can't imagine what life is going to be like then. It better be all straight by then. I mean, to where at least they're not canceling sports and, I sure hope so anyway.
I would imagine. I mean, the warm weather tends to help out a lot, so should be all right by August. Will Aquashella be at the same hotel? Do we just change the reservation? Anyone know? I don't know, Carrie. I have no idea. I would imagine it would be in the same hotel.
Isn't it at a different venue at both?
Yeah, so it's not in the hotel that you get a discount at, but it should be at least in the same venue.
Which one?
The one in Dallas.
I don't know about that one, but I know the Chicago one is different. They went big time and got that Schaumburg Convention Center or whatever, which is where they used to do the Aquatic Experience. That place is huge.
Which is nice. However, the hotel is really expensive. So I'm not staying at that hotel, but the hotel that I'm staying at is only like 2 miles away, so it's not a big deal.
Yeah, the hotel for last year's Aquashella was like 15, 20 minutes away. It was beautiful. It was a really nice hotel, but it wasn't close at all.
In Dallas?
Chicago.
Oh, I heard it was just really small, so I'm glad that they moved it.
Yeah, I don't know that they realized it was going to be as successful as it was, just like Dallas last year. I mean, I think that they anticipated it to be one thing and a lot more people showed up, and it was pretty tight in there. I don't think it was tight to a point where it was uncomfortable. I mean, it's not like I or anybody that I knew felt unsafe or anything like that. in today's world, maybe, but back then, it was not like it was uncomfortably tight, but it was tight. And so to have it in that Schaumburg, whatever it's called, Schaumburg Convention Center or whatever, that's giant. So that's a good move.
Yeah, I know there was so much room, but even like the Aquashella, no, the Aquatic Experience before the 2017 one, that place was packed. Like,
what? And that was in Chicago?
Yeah, that was at the same place.
Oh, okay.
Because it was 2016 that I went with Corey when that was the first time. And there was it wasn't packed at all. Like, there was plenty of room to walk around. And then it was the next year that we all advertised the crap out of that.
Yeah, okay.
And it was just...
Yeah, that's when it went crazy.
Yeah, it was insane. And it's been, all I got to say is I'm glad that Aquashella has kind of taken the reins because they're doing it right, where Aquatic Experience did not.
I mean, I can't speak for 2017. I thought that they did a pretty good job on 2018, even though the booth was still pretty small. But I mean, who really cares about the booth anyway? I really liked, and I wish it was this way in 18. The way it was set up for the YouTube booth in 2019 was the way it should have been in 2018. Kind of wide open, just like a couple of tables people could sit at. But the thing is, they had it set up perfectly, and then nobody showed up for 2019. So it's disappointing. But it was pretty tight in 2018, but it was still fun.
Oh,
very similar.
Zen Ginger makes me wonder about something. She says the Dallas hotel was expensive, but there's a lazy river. I wonder. I mean, it's Texas, so it's probably still warm in October, right? Is the lazy river still going to be open in October?
It's a good question. I'm all over that if it is.
Yeah, the lazy river gives a whole new meaning to summer tubbing. Are you going to do any summer tubbing?
I don't know. Summer it creeps up on you so fast. That's what's weird. It's like
Wasn't it like 80 over there last week?
It was. Yeah, it was nice.
So you're already good to go.
I've been wanting to do that for so long. I don't know. I mean, my property is not fenced, and I think to have something of any real size to it, I think there has to be a fence around it in Virginia. So I could put it in the little area we have fenced off for our dogs, but that wouldn't be cool for them. So I don't know. I mean, it's something I really want to do. I got a Tractor Supply like 2 miles from me that sells those big 300 gallons. So I'd love to do that, but I don't know. I might get one this year just for the hell of it. I mean, just throw it out in the backyard and not even level it off.
It's going to be like aquariums, man. You can't have just one.
Well, see, and that's the problem. All of a sudden, I'm going to have this fish farm in my backyard because I don't do anything halfway. That's why I'm so proud of myself for the way this is happening right here with the moving of everything down here. We're going very slow and very methodical, and I'm proud of myself because usually I'm like, wow, like all in. So anyway, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not proud of you at all. The fact that I only see one tank behind you, granted, I know there's none behind me, but Yeah, you got speakers behind you. Yeah, I mean, listen, it's been crazy. That's all I can say. And, coronavirus. Now I just got demonetized. Thank you.
You're welcome. We've been talking about it this whole time.
But we've never actually said the word.
Oh, sorry. Was I supposed to say COVID-19? Is that more
Nope,
appropriate?
now I'm definitely... God,
I thought you were okay if you said that.
You just lost me $10 in ad revenue.
Oh,
Jeez.
man. I'll send you a PayPal.
No, I'm telling you, though, I am so hooked on summer tubbing. I cannot wait. The hardest part for me is figuring out what to breed out there. Like, what fish. Did you watch my last video? The smallest fish room video?
Yeah, of course I did. Yes.
Okay.
Dummy, that was a dumb question. Yes.
What do you mean, of course you did? I don't know if you watch videos.
Okay. You know why I know I watch. You know why I know why you know I watched that. Because you talked to me about it for 3 days before it uploaded.
Did I?
So yeah. Anyway,
The monitor's getting lazy. I don't get it. Moonstone with the $2 super chat. I don't get it. Do you know what that means?
I don't know. It's probably an insult towards me, which I probably completely deserve.
I don't know. But anyways, so she is setting up a lot of summer tubs. Well, a few summer tubs. So I'm looking forward. I get to go back and film them when she sets it up. So I get to live vicariously through her tubs because I only have 2. And I think it'll be a lot of fun.
What's she putting out there?
So I've already got, we're going to put, she's going to put guppies out there that I'm holding on to right now until they're all cycled and ready to go. So yeah.
Nice.
Such a cool tent, and those Oscars. Yeah, I really like the one Oscar. One of them had like a lot of color on them.
Yeah, I've never seen that done before. And I didn't realize, because newsflash folks, Bob and I talk every single day, and you sent me the intro, I guess it was the day before or whatever, just showing her unzipping it. That sounded weird, inappropriate, but unzipping the tent. And I didn't realize that's out in her garage, right?
Yep.
I didn't realize that until I actually watched the video. I thought that was like in her living room, and I was kind of like, all right, I probably wouldn't do that, but that's interesting. And then when I saw that it was in the garage, I was like, okay, that makes total sense. But that's neat. I've never seen anybody use one of those. It's pretty cool.
I'm just reading all these deleted comments. So just for everyone, all of the CV comments will get deleted, and all political comments will get deleted. So don't get butthurt if you're talking about that and your comment gets deleted. So anyways, yeah, the grow tent was pretty cool. Gosh, I forgot where I was going with that.
She's summer tubbing. You were talking about that.
Yeah, but there was somewhere I was going with that. I don't know. I got distracted. Anyways.
I'll tell you what my fantasies are now is to do a real pond. And if things go, I shouldn't say this because then next spring people would be asking about it. If things go exactly the way they're supposed to, which they never do, and they already aren't, but if things go exactly the way they're supposed to, next spring, I hope to be doing that, a real pond. And that I've fantasized about a pond my whole life. So that
is that after you buy your YouTube mansion?
No, that would be at this house. But there's like, I believe 172 other things that have to be done before that could be done. So once all of those other things are done, and then I get the approval from Lisa, then I would do it. But that's been my dream all along, is to have the patio with the pond incorporated into it with like benches and the whole thing.
What would you have in the pond?
Just koi and goldfish.
Ugh.
What do you mean? Ugh. What do you want me to put out there?
How boring. I want a tropical fish pond with tropical fish.
In Virginia. You think I live in Arizona? I mean, I live in Virginia.
Lisa said you could do it.
Okay. Then that's all that needs to be said right there. It's done.
But again, those
172 things have to be done first.
You should make it, you know how they have like indoor-outdoor pools where half the pool is in your house? That's how you should have your pond.
Sure. Yeah, that'd be fun. No, I mean, I've always loved koi, and I've never had a koi pond. I've had fish 25 years. I've never had a koi pond. So that's and I mean, I want to go big, like big. So to get, big ones, but that sounded funny. But I tell you, the ultimate would be to somehow figure out a way to actually put arowanas out there, which of course they cannot make it through the summer or the winter here. So I'd have to have somewhere to bring them in. So maybe like a temporary kiddie pool or something in here to keep them in here in the winter. And then I don't know, we'll see. But
I mean, that's what I do with my turtle. It goes outside in the ponds in the summer and comes in here in the winter.
I would love that. I mean, with arowanas out there, arowanas are one of probably the coolest, other than koi, the coolest fish to look at from the top. I just love it. So I would love to be able to do that, get them to, 3.5 feet. I mean, that would be spectacular, but who knows? If I
So
did that, then I'd have to find something to do with my 360.
you could do cold water species in your 360 during the summer, and then just swap them. Put the cold water stuff outside in the winter, bring the arowanas in. But how sad are you going to be if you have your arowanas outside and a blue heron comes in and just takes them?
See, and I live so close to the river, and
You're going to be sitting on your back porch with a shotgun shooting blue herons all day.
I'm not kidding you. I lose sleep at night thinking that one of them is going to come and take one of my dogs. I mean, I'm not joking either.
That's why you need real dogs, man.
Well, okay, fine. But it scares me. I think about that all the time. And it's not just heron. It would be, I mean, there's hawks, there's eagles. I see bald eagles almost every day. And there's all kinds of birds that could easily come down and grab them and take off. And that scares me to death. But so, yeah, I mean, so it could be, I would allow it to happen one time. Like I would go out there and put some good size koi in there and probably spend several $1,000s. And if they go out of the pond, then
that's way too much. Who's your koi guy? That's way too much.
I'm saying to buy them big enough to where they're not going to get eaten by birds immediately, or not eaten, but taken away by birds. So, an osprey, yeah, he's Rack knows. Rack's been at my house and seen an osprey in a tree outside of my house. So yeah, there's plenty of fish eating birds. I live 50 yards from the water. So what happened?
You're here. Just calm down.
Okay.
Keep going. You're here.
I heard a weird beeping. So yeah, you buy the koi a good size, a foot or so, buy, 20 of them. Cause I said, I'm going big. And then if they go, then they get replaced with comets.
So I got a member, the Chubby Guppy.
Cool.
Who was a member and became a member again. So thank you. At least I'm pretty sure was a member. And then Danny said that, where's this comment at? Danny from my last video. She says, if you help me get it ready, you can turn the big pond into a tropical one. So she has a pond on her property.
Oh.
So, yeah, if you pay the heating bill, absolutely, I'll help. I'll throw rainbows in there.
The house that we had that we started Kgtropicals in had a huge pond in the backyard, natural pond. I can't even tell you measurements. It was probably 75 feet long, probably 45 feet wide. I mean, it was really big. Never went in it, so I don't know how deep it was, but that would have been a lot of fun to do something with, but we had to get out of there. We had a hard time keeping our dog out of it. That was for sure. But
okay, so SC Fish Keeping is here. I'm not sure if you follow that channel.
Mm-hmm.
Recently passed 20,000 subscribers, but I watched your last video, and I'm curious if it got demonetized. SC Fish Keeping. So you made a video about piranhas, but there's like a lot of like cutscenes that's from like not original content. So I'm wondering if it got flagged for copyright. Because you used to be able to use like up to 15 seconds of songs and videos and you were good to go. It wasn't a copyright issue. But now like even pictures are getting stuck for copyright. Like even if you show a picture for like 2 seconds, like the system flags it. He says not of yet, which I'm sort of surprised about, to be honest. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty cool if it hasn't been. I'm always curious about that thing.
I haven't heard that about pictures. Are you sure about pictures?
Yep. Because I did it on my gaming channel, and it was flagged.
What were the pictures, though?
Oh, I don't remember.
I mean, it was like a photograph that somebody put online, and you took that, or was it? Yeah, like
it was of a
movie.
It was like a still of a movie or something.
Huh. Because see, I see people do that all the time, and I actually researched it, which means I watched a bunch of YouTube videos and read a bunch of articles. But what I had heard through my extensive research was that you could do that, the photos and stuff like that. Like you can't take a photo that was professionally taken by you know what I mean, a Peter McKinnon and use that, that's his copyrighted photo. But I mean, I know channels that do television reviews and movie reviews and all that, and they use stuff from the movies and they don't get hit.
Yeah, so I've been kind of paying attention to that. I don't want to go too much in YouTube because nobody here really cares about YouTube stuff, but it specifically hit the copyright, and it showed like from, it was like from a minute 22, from a minute 24, this section is copyrighted, and that was like the image that I stole. And I was like, dang, an image for 2 seconds? So, yeah, and I don't know if it's because like I don't know, because this was before the whole nobody's going to work thing, because now YouTube is saying that they have no one manually reviewing copyright because they don't want anyone to come into work. So
yet mine got hit as soon as I uploaded it. I didn't even make it public yet, and it got hit.
Yeah, and I remember you saying that too. And Swisky says, does someone say copyright? Well, he uses copyright stuff all the time on purpose, so you got to expect that, Jimmy.
I mean, with mine, I kind of did expect it. I didn't expect it to happen as fast as it did. I mean, it wasn't even done processing yet, and it got hit. But, I mean, it is what it is. I stole the movie clips. It was a great video, though.
So Zen Ginger said, could some DB douchebag have reported you? No, because it flags it as soon as I upload it and make it public. So we as YouTube, we upload videos private before we release them, and it'll flag right away and tell you. Sometimes it won't be right away, but most of the time it is.
Speaking of DBs, I had some people reach out to me expressing concern over my beatdown of the DB in my live stream. Are you familiar with what I'm talking about? I'm sure you are.
Yeah, I think most of us are. The auction douchebag.
Right. But I never called him that. I called him a DB. And I had people reach out expressing concern that perhaps the clubs might frown upon what I said. And that scares me, because I wasn't talking about the clubs. I was talking about the DB at the club meeting. I hope that the clubs don't take it that way, but
I don't know why they would.
I wouldn't think they would either. But that I had more than one person say it to me, and I was like, man, I never thought of that. If I considered that to be a possibility, I would have never done it. I would have been very brief, like you were, like, hey, there was this jerk at the meeting, and Mike handled it really well, and Haley did her thing, and everything was fine. But I decided to go into detail.
You did go on for like a couple hours.
Well, I mean, I spent a solid 20 minutes on it, not 2 hours. Jeez, my stream's only an hour and a half. I could have done the entire hour and a half on it and ruined it, kind of like I'm ruining your stream right now.
I don't know how. Oh, I ruin my streams plenty. Don't worry about that. I don't know how anyone could turn that into a negative for the club. If the only thing I would think is that it's a negative that the club allowed it to happen. Like, if I was in charge of that club, I would have never allowed that to happen. I would have taken the mic right out of his hands, because like you said, as soon as he took over, the whole atmosphere changed. Everything was different. People weren't bidding anymore. It cost the club money. He's just sitting there leaning back. He's like, has the bag of fish, but it's like down here by his waist. He's not holding it up.
Leaning up against the podium. Yeah,
just like, come on, guys, here's some fish. Where, Mike is up there doing this with the bag, and Haley's like, blah, blah, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600. It was, yeah.
Yeah, Haley was pulling some serious numbers up there, and then that guy got up there, and the whole thing just collapsed. But,
and then as soon as Mike got it back, it was like, boom.
Yeah. And I guess it was kind of spotlighting the fact that they allowed it to happen. But that was not my intention at all. My intention was just to call out a douchebag.
Well, and none of those people even probably watch us. So, like, the clubs, they're
too good for this.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I mean, and if it does bring any type of negativity to the club, I hope that they would be able to see that it was from DB and not from me or you or anyone else who talked about it.
Well, and I mean, bring the negativity onto me, because I'm the one that was talking about it. I can take that. That doesn't bother me, but don't. I mean, My fear would be that the clubs would see that. I guess this is what the other people's fear was. They would see that and say, wow, those YouTubers, do we want to play that game anymore? And I hope that's not the case. I mean, I was simply standing up for something that I thought was wrong. And it wouldn't have mattered if the two people were YouTubers or not. I mean, that if it was an old lady and an old man up there just, doing their thing and some guy did that, I would have had the exact same reaction. So
yeah, and Haley was, taking digs at all the YouTubers that were there. It was all good fun.
I'm actually surprised that Haley didn't jump on him. And I don't mean that in a weird way, but you know Haley. I mean, she can hold her own. I'm scared of her. I'm afraid. I'm surprised she wasn't like, hey, wait a minute. What are you doing? Get out. Bring my guy back. But
well, I think I think she just wanted a break in general, because she did disappear for a couple minutes. Probably needed to get a drink of water, catch her breath, because yeah, she was pretty crazy.
Well, I don't think she was
in a good way.
Yeah, I don't think she would have taken that break had it not been for him. But anyway, I'm sorry.
Huh. No, that's interesting. I would like to see what their point of view and why they would think that would be negative for the club.
You know what? It wasn't talked about all that much. It was just, it was like, hey, I'm scared. And these were other YouTubers that were saying this to me. Like, I'm scared that might have given YouTubers a bad name for calling out.
If they had fears about YouTubers getting a bad name, they should just spend a little time on my channel. I'll give you all a bad name, way more than anything that could have happened in that auction. So let's be real here.
Yeah, I sure do love coming on your stream, though.
I know. You could pretty much do anything here.
See if I ruin it even more. I mean, you know what? I do some stuff on my stream, too. I'd say some things I probably shouldn't. Lisa has to keep me in line sometimes.
Yeah. It is. Whatever. Who cares? We're here to have fun. Don't take it seriously. Don't take it personal. It's all in good fun. Running the third-party ticket. Yeah. Did you know I'm running for office?
Doesn't surprise me.
Yep. I don't know if I'm going to get the funds for this election cycle, but yeah, I'm going to run for office, and my entire goal is to legalize Asian arowanas.
I love it. I am endorsing this campaign officially online right now, 100%.
Yep.
Never understood why that is a thing, and I've never understood why in 25 years that I've been keeping fish, it can't be fixed. Makes no sense.
Yeah, Super Chat and Bob will run for president. That would require a lot of Super Chats. I think it takes $1 million to get your name on the ticket.
I bet you it's more than that.
It might be now, but it's it's like 80 grand for a governor. Anyways, yeah, it's ridiculous. That would, yeah. So I gotta start small, like state senate. Costs you about $5 to be a state senator.
You're already getting campaign donations.
Right there. There's the $5. Thank you, Jamie McDonald. Campaign funds. I'm telling you. The Asian arowanas being illegal is one of the dumbest things ever.
I could not agree more. I've never understood it, and I've never had anyone give me a reason that makes sense. Everybody that I've ever asked for 25 years, the answer is always, I don't know. You just can't have them. Like, there's no real reason. I've never heard a good reason for it.
And Pam says, we like you, political incorrectness, Bob. That is definitely me. I am so anti-PC. But, I mean, without getting too political, you could say that with about, 50,000 of the laws that are on the books. But in regards to our hobby and the things that are illegal in the hobby, that's what I would want to fix.
Yeah, we could take this stream down a deep, dark hole if we wanted to, but no, you're right. The one that affects us the most, for sure. I just don't. It's a fish. I think it's just.
And it's a fish that's not going to survive. Like, if you want to make it illegal in Florida, because Florida, there's a lot of things in Florida that are illegal because they wreck the ecosystem there. So that makes sense. But it's not going to survive in Washington, right? It might survive a couple months out in a lake somewhere in the summer, but it's going to die. That's stupid.
Well, I mean, how come plecos aren't illegal then? I mean,
I think it's too late for that.
well, but you see what I'm saying, though.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
you can buy an arapaima. I could get an arapaima in this tank tomorrow if I wanted. I know a store that's got them like 8 inches long. I mean, an arapaima I can get, but an Asian arowana, it's just stupid. It's dumb. Give them to a few farms here in the U.S. They'd breed them like absolute crazy, and we would supply our own. You know, we wouldn't need to bring them in from anybody. All you got to do is give us a couple of breeding pairs, and we'd be fine.
Yep. I want that purple one, though. I want the purple.
Oh, see, I'm all about the super red. The super red has been the elusive fish forever for me. And I know it's, you know, you see them all over or in videos, but I've never even seen an Asian arowana in person, ever. Have you?
I don't think so. I mean, I have been to Vancouver, so maybe I have, and I don't know. Anyways, it's just all that stupid stuff. Stupid. I'm home, can't go out and have nothing to do. I'm still late. Love you guys anyways. Thank you, Barbara Jackson. I appreciate it. Wow, come to Toronto. I'll take you around. Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Like, I could go like an hour up the freeway and be surrounded by Asian arowanas. But, like, I don't know. It doesn't make sense. And I don't want to get too into it because, like, I don't want to go down that black hole.
What I've always wondered, now, see, you living as close to the border as you do, maybe, I'm assuming you've traversed that border before. Like, if you go to Canada and buy fish and come back, are they checking the bags, like, to see what's in there?
Yeah. So specifically when it comes to Asian arowanas, they have all Asian arowanas have RFID chips. And so you go through a scanner when you go across the border, and as they just scan your car, and it'll set off the RFID chip, and you're busted.
See, I've always wondered that. It's not like I was thinking about trying it. I've always wondered that. Like, is there some guy that holds it up? That is a super red arowana. You know, I've always wondered that. But yeah, I didn't think about the chip thing.
So, but I've heard people saying, like, some of the border people don't know what it is, and some people have been able to say it's not an Asian arowana. It's like a silver or a Giardini, and they've been able to talk their way through it. Because, I mean, is every border agent know what the difference between an Asian and like a silver? No. So, but is it worth risking it? Probably not.
Well, sure, it's worth, but the question would be, what would happen? Like, if you went 20 miles over the border, bought it at a fish store, turned around, came back, and they stopped you, if they just said, "All right, dummy, take it back." Well, you got to drive 20 miles back to the store and take it back. Big deal.
I mean, they'd probably take it, and the fish would end up getting killed while they had it.
Okay, so that's not worth it. Or if you get locked up and, you know, then...
I'm sure there's a fine that goes with it, and you'll probably get kicked out of Canada with oh no. But that would be a question for Flynn's Fish Forum, but I don't think he's here right now because he goes across the border all the time, so he would know.
Well, and not Fish Room Fever, Friday Fish Facts lives there.
Oh, yeah, Ron, too. Just get an RFID jammer. Tell you what, just go, you buy your Asian arowana, you put it in the microwave for a couple minutes, it'll nuke the chip, and then you're good to go.
Okay. Let me know how that works out for you. But they wouldn't chip fry, would they? I mean... Like if you bought fry.
I think it legally has to be tracked. And I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I don't know enough about it. I don't know.
Well, got to get the cigarette train from Ricky and Bubbles.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
That's a Trailer Park Boys reference.
Oh, yeah, never seen it.
Oh, you should. Because I know you, and I know you would like it a lot.
You know what? That is a show... And I don't want to start talking about shows or movies, but that is a show where I see the thumbnails and I'm like, nah, not interested.
Oh my God. First of all, why do you not want to talk about shows and movies? But second of all, that's a great show. And the thumbnails are wonderful. It's almost always Randy with his big belly hanging out. You got to love that.
It's just some dude with some big glasses that are like the prescription is way too big. So his eyeballs are all big. And I'm like,
that's Bubbles.
no, I'm good. I'm good. Someone else can watch that. I want to
That's
see his
why
bug
Lisa
eyes looking at me.
That's why Lisa named her beta that has the big swollen eye sockets with no eyeballs in it. She named him Bubbles because of that, because named after that character. She doesn't even watch that show.
Maybe I'll check it out.
Bubbles loves cats. He loves kitties. He has lots of kitties. So that right there is enough that you should watch it. I promise you would like that show. Just watch it, for crying out loud. You'll like it.
Man, I don't have any time for that. I'm a YouTuber making. I made 2 videos this month. Who's got time to watch shows?
I know the feeling. I'll be editing till midnight tonight, depending on how long you keep me on this dumb stream.
As long as it takes, especially now.
I've never been this down to the wire before. I have been, but I try to be like, my next 2 weeks, 10 things videos are done. I try to get them done, but man, I'm so far behind now. I'm editing tonight to upload in the morning. It's embarrassing. It's terrible.
I am going to keep you on here until you have another internet disconnect.
I mean, I could make that happen. No problem.
105 likes and 15 lost subs. That would be a record. Normally, I'm at least double that by now. Asian arowanas are illegal in the United States on the endangered species list. I get that. One of the world governing bodies that controls the trade of exotic fish that go on the Endangered Species Act. There's a lot of fish that are legal in the hobby that are endangered or extinct in the wild, so that doesn't make sense. Like Bosemani rainbows, endangered list.
They might be endangered in the wild, but they're flourishing in fish farms. So yeah. That still doesn't make sense. I mean, goldfish, you're not going to find in the wild, but yet they flourish in this hobby. I don't know. I mean, we could go all night.
I will say that they are heavily poached in the wild, though. That is a thing.
Asian arowanas are?
Yeah, absolutely. And so
stop that.
Exactly. Like there's
just
like
stop that
farm-bred Asian arowanas should be perfectly legal.
And I don't understand how, if it is endangered, again, like you said, I get that, but how would that not make breeding them even more important? Like,
exactly.
Wouldn't you want as many farms in the United States? Do you know how many of us would buy those crazy fish? I mean, I would probably have 3 within the first month that they were for sale in 3 individual tanks, because I've waited my whole life for this. So my 360 would instantly become an Asian arowana tank. The 2 silvers would go out in a pond. I mean, hey, priorities here. No, I'm joking. But the 240, yeah, I would have several Asian arowanas. I would buy new tanks for them, but they just won't let us do it.
So I got another new member. So you got to come on the stream more often, because I haven't had any new members since the last time you were on the stream.
Congratulations.
Per Johansson. Welcome to the Steenfott Show. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I lost a member the other day named Bob Steenfott.
Yeah, I got kicked out of your group. Yeah. I didn't even cancel it. I just got a notification in my email. It said you are no longer.
Yeah, I mean, if you had behaved yourself, it would have probably been different. But no, you know why I did that. I hope you know, at least by now, why I did that.
Yeah, because you're a dummy.
Well, you said I was a dummy, but it was a business decision, and I think it was a good one. It
wasn't a business. If it was a business decision, it was a terrible decision. It was a moral decision, which was a good decision. You said you felt bad, so call it moral ethics, whatever. It was definitely not a business decision.
I didn't feel right taking extra money and not delivering extra things. We deliver extra things to the members just like you do. I think I got a post earlier today from you. or maybe that was last night. I don't recall, but we deliver extra things, but we weren't delivering extra things for the people that were paying the big money. That, it just bothered me. And then people look at that and they see it and they're like, this guy's asking for $50 a month. I don't even want to be a part of this.
Yeah, but you're not asking for that. You're not.
Well, I know that, and that's true, but it's still, I don't know. I sleep better now. I really do. I mean, now I just have to worry about not getting a virus, but I sleep better and I feel better. Yeah, we took a hit financially, but we'll be okay. I mean, that's not what it was for.
So, Curtis, I will say, yes, I was a $2 member, so that tier got canceled. So I'm no longer a member. And then John called me out for not being a member. John called me out for only being a $2 member. A struggling fish store calling me out for not being a $5 member.
I'm a $5 member to your channel. Just so you know.
And you've gotten your $5 worth. I seem to remember you getting a bag of free fish at one point.
I did.
See, it was all worth it then.
They're in the beta tank up there. I was going to say they're the same fish as
I kind of think they're dead because you've never shown them in a video.
The hell I haven't. They've been in like 25 videos. Are you crazy? They're in Lisa's beta sorority tank. Never seen them. You were like adamant, like I don't even want you to do an unboxing video or anything. And it was good if I would have done it, I would have been like, what is all this crap in here with all the insulation that you used to use?
Did you get the Polaroids?
I thought we weren't supposed to talk about those.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
But no, those fish, every single one of them is alive, thriving, doing very, very well, very happy in a 125-gallon tank with the betas. So, and that happens to be one of my favorite tanks.
Oh, now I'm getting pressured by River Life. Giving me $5 to be a member.
See, he just paid for you to be a member of my channel.
That's not true. If there was still a $2 tier, I could afford it. But $5, YouTube's got to get their cut.
I know, and you know what? I don't blame you. I'm not mad at you. I just like giving you a hard time.
But then Michael St. John says, "Do one less super chat, and then you're there." But I got to do the super chats for the smart ass comments, otherwise you won't read them.
That is very true. We have really been trying very hard to participate more in the chat. It's just very, how it is. It's very, very difficult.
I remember talking to Corey when like super chats first became a thing, and he was like, "I'm gonna turn off super chats just because I'm tired of people telling me what to say. Like I feel like I have to read their comments because it's a super chat." And so the very next live stream he had, I super chatted the alphabet just to make him say the alphabet.
That sounds like something that you would do. Let me grab something that's right here to show Zen Ginger.
Thank you, River Life. Thank you, River Life. I appreciate it.
Apparently, she wasn't on the stream where I showed Lisa's bobblehead that looks so much like.
Oh, Zen Ginger. Yeah, that's make a bobble.
I mean, look at the bud on her. Check that out.
No, make a bobble. More. Not that way, pervert.
But look, I got to show you this. This is the only thing, and every single person that sees these together notices this. Look how big my head is, and hers is normal size.
I notice that in every video you guys make. What are you talking about?
That's just ridiculous. But see, this is the way a bobblehead is supposed to be. Look at all those bobbleheads behind me. The heads are supposed to be really big. With hers, they just kept it small. But come on. How cute is that, though? With the pink shirt and everything, you got to love it.
They did a really good job.
They did. It's amazing. Mine's amazing, too. The head is just kind of big. I've actually got this.
Your waist looks a little small, though.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they
were pretty generous, man. Really generous.
This profile is definitely not accurate at all. But
they didn't want to spring for the extra material.
They put the gray and the goatee and everything. The blue eyes, they did everything. It's perfect.
I wonder if you can even get those anymore since they come from where.
Well, the Lisa's was delayed by like 3 weeks. I mean, I got this one quite some time ago. I mean, it was a while ago. And then I ordered the Lisa one, and it took a couple of months to get here. But it took like a month for them to design it and get it ready and get approval. And then it took them like 2 months to send it to us because of this whole thing out there. So, yeah, we disinfected it when it came into the house.
Yeah, I know. I was always thinking about like all the aquarium supplies that come from there, but whatever.
Yep.
Definitely thought he was gonna make them kiss. Don't do it.
I'm not going to get weird with it. Come on now. The whole place went quiet.
Yeah, that's so anyways. All right, so what else we got? We got 15 more minutes. Oh, I will say this is the first live stream that I haven't heard your cat. What happened to the cat?
Well, that's because you don't pay too much attention to my live streams. That's why, because he's not even down here. He is in the garage still. It's a climate-controlled garage, so don't judge me. And it's basically because he is a rascal. He is a terrorist.
Clearly. And
he is a real problem. And so, like, that right there would be a real problem with him. And then, he definitely likes to be up on the tanks. And so, yeah, I don't know. We're going to have to figure that out. But the plan is to bring him down here, but he's not down here yet.
Oh, they are not dolls. They are action figures, which is a quote from The Office. But I wonder if you could get custom action figures. Like, could you get a custom G.I. Joe with your head on it?
Well, I mean, like this company, they can put you on whatever body you want. Like I could have gotten myself wearing a bikini if I wanted. I mean,
it's very interesting that you went with the bikini and not like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I'm just saying, you could do whatever you wanted. I could put my head on a gorilla if I wanted to. I did not pick this one out. This one was actually sent to me completely out of the blue. I had no idea it was coming, but I did pick out Lisa's and designed it with the pink shirt and all that. But you could do anything you wanted. You can make yourself wearing coveralls, doctor's stuff, police uniform, whatever you want. So I would imagine there would be like a military one that you could do G.I. Joe.
No, I would do like a Chris Farley body.
AmazingBobbleheads.com is where I got it. And I swear, I want to get you. I want to get Corey. I want to get a bunch of like my friends that are YouTube, like Rat Cross. I would like to get bobbleheads made of these people, but Lisa won't let me do it. She says it's weird.
Well, as long as you don't make us make out like that scene I just saw, I think it would be okay.
Well, that's fine. I could think of a whole lot of other things I could do with them.
I don't even want to know.
No, but I think it would be funny to have like me and Corey and Lisa and you and Jimmy would be real little. It'd be so adorable.
I think it would be cool if you could have it so that it's like personalized. I don't know, I'm just thinking like maybe signed. I don't know if you can like autograph them or something to just make them personalized for you.
And then sell them? Is that what you're saying?
No. But just like, yeah, it would be cool to have one. But I don't know, just add like some type of personal touch to it. I don't even know what I'm trying to think, but
I don't know what you're trying to think either, so I can't add to that.
Somebody's got to know what I'm talking about. At least one person. Chad Krotz, welcome to the Steenfott Show. Thank you for becoming a member. That puts us at 59. I'm back almost to 60. See?
Wow.
Yeah. And if I was more PC, I wouldn't lose so many members, but unfortunately, I'm not.
I've got a long way to go to catch back up to the amount that I lost. We lost 133 members from the change that we made.
Thanks for coming, Moonstone. I appreciate it. Have a good night. Look at this.
There's another one. This
Ding,
is a beautiful thing.
Number 60. Psychotic About Aquatics. Hey, I like that name. Psychotic About Aquatics.
That is cool. Just rolling in the members tonight. Gotta love that.
About Aquatics. I know. I actually feel bad because basically, the main benefit of being a member is a discount on fish, and I'm not even selling fish right now.
Oh,
I'm not even able to get fish right now, so that's like the bigger problem. The person that breeds all my rainbows is in California, and they're on like lockdown, so I can't even get fish at all to sell.
wow.
Even if I wanted to sell, which I'm not going to risk it, but still. And I have no idea how long it's going to last. But thank you anyways. I appreciate it. Coming to the Steenfott Shoal.
You're just going to have to find something else to give them.
I know.
Videos.
Pity memberships? Well, hey, whatever. I'll take any kind of membership I can get. Just added water to my 75 gallon, about 5 gallons worth, and treated the water like I normally would, and my water started to get cloudy. Why would this happen? You probably want to test your tap water. It would also, some dechlorinator I've had make my water cloudy too, specifically like the Aquarium. Did it once and I never bought it again, and that was like 5 years ago. So
I've also seen there being a lot of teeny tiny itty bitty bubbles, which is what makes the bubbles on your glass when you fill up your tank. Like microscopic bubbles that come in and make it look cloudy, but it all goes away in like 2 minutes.
Yeah, it could be that too. If I were you, I would probably add an air stone if you have an extra one, just get more surface agitation.
But was this the first 5 gallons, he said? Because if that's the case, it could have been something in the substrate. Substrate might be dirty. Or it's like sand. You know what I mean?
About 5 gallons. No, he added water. He added about 5 gallons of water.
Okay, so it was already full. Okay,
Yeah.
Just added some water to my... Okay. For some reason, when you read it the first time, it seemed like you were saying it was like the first 5 gallons that he put in there. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, Matt, man, I would see, like, I don't know. You just topped it off. I kind of think it's like the oxygenation, the bubbles.
Yep. But then it would be gone in like a minute, so you probably wouldn't have had time to type all that up before it was gone.
Why Fx4 Shoot Out Bubbles? Why does
there's air in it.
Fx4? Yeah, it's picking up air somewhere.
You've got a hole in the intake, or most likely the intake. You probably also hear a lot of noise from the filter, probably burping a lot and stuff like that. So you need to purge the air out of there, which it usually does itself. So if it's not purging it out itself, then it could be that your cap is loose, the lid of it is loose, or it could be that you have one of your connectors is not all the way down.
There you go. Lots of stuff to check. I don't like canister filters, so I don't use them.
And that's why I kind of took over that for you, because I knew you were just going to poo-poo that question, and I wanted to help out.
I wasn't going to poo-poo it. I was just going to say, what do you think? You're the FX4 nerd. You would know. You're the FX nerd in general.
It's true.
Mean Mug Aquatics, welcome to the Steenfott Shoal.
That's a beautiful thing. That's like 5 tonight.
Pretty close. Yeah, 4 or 5. Can't complain. See, even with everything going on, there's still so much to be grateful for. And so I hope people can try to find things to be grateful for with everything going on. And things like this live stream and getting members and talking to you and just having fun, I'm extremely grateful for. So, yeah, a little bit of seriousness for you guys. I'm thankful for you coming on my live stream. I'm thankful for people showing up and joking around and having a good time with me. I really do appreciate it.
It's very true. I remember having a conversation with somebody that they were like, you go on so many live streams. You go on people's live streams. There was a time there where I was on like 5 in 2 weeks, including yours.
Twice.
I think twice. And I was like, this is how I feel social, is by doing this. Because you do have all these people, 176 people in here, and then there's you, and there's, this is my social time. So this whole pandemic that's happening, it's like, it doesn't affect my social life because this is my social life. So that's why I do it. That's why I'm willing to go on people's streams and all that. It's fun. It's fun for me, and it's my social time.
I also loved going on live streams, and I think that I've only turned down one live stream because of scheduling conflict, and that was Fish Tank Barn.
Look at that. Look what just happened.
I know.
Isn't that so sweet? That's adorable.
Lisa, I now have 2 of you are now members in that household.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm like obligated to be a member.
I mean, if you don't do it now, you should be ashamed of yourself.
Well, I'm going to wait and do it on the stream so you say my name and I get free publicity, obviously.
Cool. You just don't have to send the poop emoji this time. You just become a member and there's your super chats for the...
Hey, but yeah, you still got to do it. Like, it's $1.
That's true.
I would never be upset about someone sending me a poop emoji. And you can even send a bag of poop to my front porch as long as there's a $5 bill stapled to the bag. Like, I don't care.
Speaking of that, Lisa made me watch a video yesterday, which was so torturous, but yet so funny at the same time. I guess it's a new thing that these people are doing on Facebook since they're trapped in their houses, is putting chocolate pudding on themselves and making their kids think that they pooped on themselves. Have you seen these videos?
What?
You don't know. Okay, so the video is, look, there's your poop emoji. The video that she made me watch yesterday was a woman. This is going to sound weird, but you don't say anything weird. A woman sitting on the toilet, and she yells to her kid, "Hey, come help. I can't reach the toilet paper." And so her kid comes in, and her kid's like 2, and she comes in and hands mommy the toilet paper roll. And when mommy reaches for the toilet paper roll, she like smears chocolate pudding on her hand.
Okay, that's pretty funny.
And then makes the kid think that she got poop on her. And so the kid is like going, "Ooh, ooh." And she's, "Is this poop? Is this poop on me?" And she's freaking out. And it's very, very funny. Disturbing because I have a vomit phobia, but she didn't vomit, but it was so cute and so funny. And she tried to get me to watch another one, and I didn't.
I do like a good poop jag or a joke. I'm not gonna lie.
It is funny, but if it comes to a point where it makes people vomit, then I check out. I can't do that.
Yeah, I don't like watching people vomit either. But speaking of poop, Zen Ginger with the $1 poop emoji.
Right. See, Candy Overhaul says poor little girl started gagging. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And it was, I was like walking away. I was like, no, if she's going to throw up, I can't watch it. And Lisa's like, she doesn't throw up. And it was funny. But, you know, that mom tortured that poor little girl.
Well, I'm getting some ideas for Aquashella. All right. I'm going to I saw this recently, a marshmallow contest, and where you toss marshmallows and people got to catch them in their mouth. And then, so you just do it. They got like you're tossing food and you got to catch it, But after a couple of them, you toss a raw egg.
Oh.
It's just boom right in the face.
That could knock teeth out, man.
Who cares? I mean, it's not my teeth.
And you're a public figure. You would get the pants sued off of you. No, I feel like the organizers of an event would probably frown on you handling things and throwing them into people's mouths at this particular time. But,
Oh, don't be so sensitive. Michael St. John, welcome to the Steenfott Show. Thank you. I appreciate it, buddy. Kaler's Aquatics with the $10 super chat. Thank you. I love all you guys. You guys are amazing. I think the world has been Caddyshacked.
Because of all these members, now I'm going to have to be turning Bob down every week. He's going to be asking me, "Can you come on the live stream again?" I'm going to be a bad guy. I'm going to have to turn him down.
I don't think you would.
Oh, not for you.
Nah, we're buddies. Wait a sec. Where is Matthew Vargas? That's a good question. Mike says, "Bob, have you been on Aquabid lately? A ton of rare rainbow fish." Yes, Mike. So I did buy some rare rainbow fish 2 weeks ago, but I'm still paranoid. Just like I don't want to ship fish out, I don't want to receive fish either. especially when I'm paying the price for those rare rainbow fish. If something happened to them in the mail, they were delayed. I don't want to put that on those guys, even though I know they're willing to do it. I'll happily wait until all this is blown over, and we're all better for it in the long run, and then I'll order some fish. Chattanooga Ed with the $5 super chat. Thank you. I appreciate it, buddy. Bob is the coolest dude on the planet. You heard it here first. I thought swear then. I don't know what that means. Anyways, yeah, this has been fun. I hope to get my finances back up there after. Wait. 307 says I hope to get my finances back after I got hacked, so I can be a member of both these guys.
Ouch.
So I cannot tell you guys how important it is. As I'm rubbing my face on a live stream. Ooh, people are gonna freak out. I'm rubbing my face.
I've been putting my fingers in my mouth the whole stream. Nobody said anything.
I know. I know. Corvus was doing a live stream, and he was talking about what's going on, and he was touching his face, and people were calling him out. It's like, dude, he's in his house. Who cares? I'm sure he's washed his hands since he's been home.
I came in the house and had to go straight in the shower. Lisa made me do it.
I do that too, but I've been spending, and I was going to say something before I got on that little tangent, but now I forgot, like always. Anyways, I have been spending an insane amount of time at my local animal shelter. They've closed down and they've limited the amount of, not the amount of people, but the type of people. So old people.
Oh.
So anyone over 60 is no longer allowed to, I think I just broke my stream. Hold on. I got to get you back.
Not my fault this time, folks.
No, I don't know what I did with you. Where are you? There you are. Okay. So a majority of the volunteers are retirees, and they're no longer allowed to come in. So there's really, like, no one is available to walk dogs and take them out. And so, like, yesterday I spent, I don't even know how long I was there, like all day. And one of the reasons why, I mean, I haven't been making a lot of videos. That's one of the reasons why, but also I'm lazy. But when you're walking dogs all day long, like, I just want to come home and relax. I'm putting in like 10 to 15 miles a day of just hours and hours and hours of nonstop walking. But anyways, the point is, when I get home, I strip down in the garage. All my clothes go straight into the washing machine, and I jump right into the shower. But it's not really because of what's going on. It's because of, I don't want to bring anything from the animal shelter home and transfer it to my dogs.
Sure.
So I'm always like on the germaphobe side of things, and I always have been. So I don't know what made me tell that story, but there it is.
Well, you know what? I admire that you're able to do that. I am not able to do that because not the washing yourself after you come home thing, but the volunteering at the animal shelter. I can't do that. I admire anybody that could. If I did it, I would have 17 dogs in this house.
It's because so hard.
It would be. I wouldn't be able to leave them. It would just. I would be in so much trouble.
I actually had a really bad experience there. Not last week, but the week before, and it was really hard. So on my Thursday stream, I kind of talk about it a little bit more, and there was a Cane Corso, which is an Italian Mastiff.
Mm-hmm.
And they had it in the back. They never let anyone see it. No one ever walked it because it was 160 pounds. Everyone was scared. And it was just the sweetest dog ever. And you'd go up to her little kennel, and she was so scared. She started shaking and peeing. Oh. And so I went in there, and I sat in there for like 20 minutes until she eventually, inched closer and closer and closer. So I got really close with this dog. And every time I went in there, I would take her out and let her off the leash and run around, and we would play, and it was the sweetest dog ever. And then I went in there, and it wasn't there anymore. And I was like, oh, I was sad. I was sad because it's not there, and we were buddies. And so I was like, so who got the Cane Corso? And they're like, well, we had to put it down. And that was so rough for me. Apparently, it had bit someone. and it was clearly like a defensive bite, like no aggression at all. But if you see this dog, if you went in there like fast, it's gonna be a defensive bite. So that was pretty heartbreaking for me, especially because I came home and I told my roommate, I was like, if that dog is there next week, I'm bringing it home.
Oh,
so
see,
yeah.
that's the other part for me that would struggle. I mean, I'm pretty sure, and Lisa's in here, she could verify. I'm pretty sure that King George is a no-kill shelter, but I would imagine it doesn't matter what kind of a shelter it is. If something like that happens, there's probably rules, but that's another reason why, because I would become so attached so fast, and then you go back the next week and you're like, where's that? You know, that, yeah, I admire anybody that's able to do it, but I couldn't do it. I mean,
So it is really hard, and they can't advertise as a no-kill shelter, but if dogs bite, then they have to put them down. And then also, like a no-kill shelter wouldn't be able to do that. And then also, if they advertise as a no-kill, if a dog was sick, they wouldn't be able to put it down. So they do. It is a really, really, really good shelter, though. I mean, they've had dogs that have been there, I mean, for like a year. So they go out all the time. So they have a morning crew that starts at 8 o'clock, and they take the dogs out into an outside kennel while they clean. Then they come back in, and then I come in there. I'm the first one to take them out, and they get 3 different shifts. So they get walked 3 different times in addition to going out into the outdoor kennel. So it's really good, but unfortunately that happened. And yeah, I remember Candy messaged me. She's like, "How are your days going? How's your day going?" I'm like, "I can't talk right now. I'll get back to you later."
I don't blame you. I would have been the same way. I mean, that I deal with a lot of repeat customers and with what I do for a living, and I've had it before where I go to a customer's house and they have a cute little dog, and then I go back a year later and they don't have the dog anymore, and you find out the dog died or whatever, and it crushes me. And then I've also had it with human beings, and it's like, that sucks.
I know.
Sorry to hear about your loss. It definitely affects me more when it's the dogs. I know that's terrible.
No, I'm the same way. So I get it.
Yeah, and I was actually on that kind of topic. I can watch documentaries all day long about people, serial killers and people getting murdered and stuff, and it doesn't affect me at all. But if it's a animal abuse thing, I'm out. Like I can't do it. That just shows how horrible of a person I am. But I can't do it. There's a new documentary on Netflix that I almost didn't watch because the like warnings in the beginning said something about animal harm, but I actually did watch, and it wasn't what I thought it was going to be. It was more like animals hurting people, which I'm fine with. But it's called Tiger King, and I think Lisa and I are like 3 episodes in, and it's really good what I've seen so far. It's about people that keep big exotic cats, panthers, leopards, lions, tigers. So
interesting.
Anyway,
I don't know that I would ever keep like a panther or a tiger, but I do want a serval, but I would never get one until I could have a huge outdoor enclosure for one.
Well, I mean, this one is about, and it's a brilliant documentary. It's kind of like Making a Murderer. If you watch that, like you get little bits of information as the series goes on, and you ultimately know something big happened, but you don't really know what it is unless you Google it, which I haven't done. But it's about, basically, there's a bunch of like zoos that are like private zoos all over the country that are people that keep these big cats. They're big cat zoos. And there's one guy that has like 127 or something, like Bengal tigers. And then he's got monkeys and he's got lions and all of this. And it's basically like the war between those people and PETA, basically, people that are trying to get them shut down. And I guess there was a murder or an attempted murder or something. And that's kind of where the series is going to end up going. But I'm not there yet. I'm only 3 episodes in. But it looks it's good so far.
Interesting. I might have to check it out.
It's a it's a crazy group of people. Those big cat people are nuts.
One of the things I would love to do, and I would like, you always imagine like, man, if I was a big YouTuber, maybe I would have enough clout to do something like this. But to go around and like go tour zoos, but like behind the scenes stuff. Like, I think that would be so much fun. And I'm sure you could pay enough money and do it, but there's so many zoos that do like conservation and breed endangered species. And I think like it would be so fun to be able to go and document that and bring awareness to it.
But you know what? The sad part of that is there would still be people that would have a big problem with showing that. Like, no matter how meticulous these zoos are and no matter how good of care they give to those animals, you would still have a division of.
And we lost internet again. That's a better freeze frame. Oh boy. So I think we're going to run through the list here. Holy smokes. We got a lot. The Chubby Guppy, Per Johansson, Chad Kratz, Psychotic About Aquatics, Mean Mug Aquatics, Elisa at Kgtropicals, Michael St. John, and SKC Janelle. Oh, I think I missed you when that happened. Sorry. Thank you for being members. We've been going a while, so I think we're just going to call it. Johnny's still traumatized by the Cove movie. So, I want to thank also Moonstone, Jamie McDonald, River Life, Aqua Discovery, Psychotic About Aquatics, again, the Zen Ginger, and Kaler's Aquatic for the super chats. I really, really appreciate it. Jamie McDonald says, I love being a member to both channels. Jamie McDonald is my veteran, my oldest member. And you do a lot of good stuff in real life. So thank you. All right, guys, we're going to call it. This is an awkward way to end a live stream, but... Oh, wait, I can do this. Yoink. There we go. There, you got it. What? Good night, everyone. It was a lot of fun. Don't forget, we'll be back here Thursday, 9 a.m. PST for more ridiculousness, I guess. Have a good night, everyone.